Another short week of comics, very few books, but a very disturbing trend this week. I think it's Bro Week. Bro Week. Early intro. Hey, you wonderful weirdos, Pocan Joe here. And as always, thank you, you super cool weirdos, for coming by here and listening to a review. This is going to be a short one this week, and we're going to try some things out. I've been looking at different things I can bring to the channel. So definitely comment down below and let me know what you think. Let's see what happens. Let's roll into this week's comic books. And I'm officially dubbing this week of April from here on out as Bro Week. Like from now on, we should expect comic books. I mean, it makes sense. You know, you got the whole 420 thing going on. You know, you do that with your bros, right? And then you put out a bunch of cheesy comic books about you and your best bud doing a lot of that weird handshake thing where you threw like you were arm wrestling in the air. You're like, "What's up, bro? We got this, bro." Right? So from now on, this will be deemed as Bro Week. Da da da. Done. All right, so let's go through our scriptures for this week and how weird everything was. First, we're going to talk about World's Finest. Now, of course, this is Bro, right? This is Bro meaning it's Batman, it's Superman. Superman gets hit with some red kryptonite. We think something really cool is going to happen. Nah, forget the cool stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to get Niles. Oh, what's the guy's name? Niles. Calder, right? Head of Doom Patrol, the mad scientist with Doom Patrol. Come to find out, him and Batman, they have a lot in common. They could be bros, right? We have a slightly cheesy kind of Robin in this one. Supergirl shows up because a mystery's afoot. There's something wrong in the cosmos, and it all has to deal with an ancient Chinese. Actually, they've been using a lot of Chinese mythology lately in comic books, which I'm super happy to see. But this one in particular is called Neza. Neza is a kind of a mythology type story in China. I'm not as well adapted in it as I am like the Monkey Prince and stuff like that, but it's basically war type stuff, right? Okay, so what has to happen in this book is first we got to figure out how to beat this ancient Chinese secret. I hate saying that. I can already feel somebody hitting the caps lock button now. Like, I don't mean it. It's literally what it is because there's a secret in China that kind of destroyed this demon man, if you will. And Supergirl and Robin have to fly into the past, and they're breaking it, and she's literally just like holding him, not like cradling him, but like has his arms while he's hanging down, and they go so fast that they break the time barrier, and boy, they really woo-wooed that one up, and they just sewn into that one, and it was kind of weird. Also, their dialogue on the way there, apparently there was a little kerfuffle between them two in the past. That need to be kind of sort of side talked. You know what side? If you've ever seen The Sopranos, whenever he needs to make a threat, right? It's called double talking or side talking. Like you're hinting at something that only the other person's gonna get, right? They do a lot of that in here. While that's going on, Batman and Superman they're gonna go whip up on Faust because Faust is the one that's kind of channeling this Chinese mysticism, ancient warrior who's trying to take over the world thing, right? They gotta go battle him out. So definitely high level bro week here. Like seriously, it was weird. It was just so weird. Um, but I'm liking it. I actually did enjoy it. I don't mean any of this as an insult or anything. I thought it was funny banter. I thought it was funny talking. I love the connection between Calder and Batman in this, and the connection that was kind of made there. That was super cool. So yeah, I would definitely up there on the marks. Next, more Bro Week. More Bro Week. Hashtag Bro Week. Okay. Captain America #0, Sam Wilson, and Captain America are teaming back up to go back out there. And this is right on the cusp of that weird thing where everybody was Captain America and everything had to be represented. And then, like, a little flashback of it happening here. Just in case you were trying to forget that horrible read from then, yeah, we're going to let you know that that happened real quick. But we're not going to harp on it because it wasn't very well received. First off, art in this is beautiful. It comes off as, I don't know, just an old school comic, that more highly stylized, atomic age type cover art is like covered through here. I really enjoy it. Also, the story kind of fit that narrative too. We have Zola. You remember Zola from the movies, the nerdy guy in the computer, right? Okay, him. He's got a bunch of robots. They don't have heads, right? The faces in the body type of thing. I think Agents of Shield did something similar with that. Where they maybe, I don't know. Let me know. Um, so they got to go fight him out, and the whole thing is cheesy bro talk between Captain America and Sam Wilson, and it reminded me of an old like Tango and Cash, or Rocky and Apollo running on the beach. You remember that scene? They're like, and they do the you're right, the whole they even did that in the thing in the water. They were like, bro, good to be with you, good to know you, like some weird shit like that. It was I liked it, but it was like I like cringy stuff, and it came off really awkward and weird, and I was just like, yes, this is right up my alley. So bad. Like they're like falling in the water. They're all like, look at this. You see that, right? Them falling into the water. It's like, Calgon, take me away. Got you, bro. Nowhere. This was so weird. I want to read more of this just to see if it keeps going down that path. Because my thinking is, and I'm not sure if it's the same writer. I don't think it's the same writer from the last series, even though they kind of touched on it. I want to know if the guy's just going over the top because he thinks that this is what comic book collectors that read comic books, that troll comic books online, like he's like, this is really what they want to see. Let's just give them this. And I want to see how long he can keep that up. Or if this guy's just really trying to write an 80s action type comic book. I don't know, but I'm going to keep reading it because I want to chase this down to see how far they can keep this up. Really, at this point, it's just, I want to see what happens. All right, next. Hey, Doctor Strange #1. They came out with another. They did another Doctor Strange #1. Why they already did a female Doctor Strange that's running concurrent with it because life's not confusing. So you're probably thinking, what was the bro thing in here? Dude, this is like the nicest I've seen Wong and Doctor Strange get along in here. Right? Like, if you read this, you know what I'm talking about. Because it was like, usually Wong, kind of does the warning, I have knowledge, be careful. Like, that's his scene, right? Usually as part of his character development, if you will. And this, he's taking a little bit more of a, let's battle it out, bro. With his brow. It's weird. It's so weird. Right? So basically, big thing in here is Nightmare, right? The character Nightmare is coming, trying to break into the world, uses somebody as kind of a funnel to do it. Very similar to what happened in here. I'm just saying. It's not terribly a different story, just the origins are different and the means. But for the most part, it's a pretty simplistic comic book. It's pretty straightforward. It's not overcomplicated. Bad guy gets eaten up by the bigger bad guy because, you can't trust bad guys. Is the moral of this story, right? You can't have bros as a villain. Only good guys get bros. Right? I guess. I don't really know. Okay. Next, Hulk. So you're probably thinking, Joey, I read Hulk. There's no bro action in there. And I will say, haha, faithful subscriber and viewer of this channel. You've missed it. So Bruce Banner. So first off, I have to say, I am terribly disappointed with this story arc. I came into this with high hopes because I was still on the Immortal Hulk high with the great story arcs that were in there that I enjoyed. And I was like, oh man, if they dive a little deeper into this, that would be really cool. And everybody was like, Spaceship Hulk and make fun of it. I was like, no. They're going to use that as a metaphor, as the body being the machine, the emotions being trapped inside the intellectual mind. Like, they're going to get all Freudian on this shit. And nope, not at all. Hulk is literally just a spaceship in this. He's can even repair himself. It was bad. Like, oh, that's what I get. Like I should just stop doing my own thing and start listening to everybody else. I really should. You're right most of the time. I'm just telling you that now. But you have hope, right? So what's the bro action in here? Okay, so first off, evil Betty Ross in this comes out with this kind of everybody has a Hulk thing, right? And she started going through all the different people, like Spider-Man had a Hulk inside of him, and X-Men, and even Galactus. Like she's going through all basically just comic book history about the Hulk, right? And all the different forms of Hulk out there, even Wolverine, right? She's going through all this. She was like, well, what if Hulk had a Hulk in him? And I was like, oh no, we're just gonna keep piling on. Well, writer, first off, a lot of those other Hulk stories, all right, they weren't that good to begin with. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. They weren't that good to begin with. So I don't know why Hulk needs a Hulk and it has to be, like, weird. Like, it was, I don't know, it just didn't make much sense to me. I get where you were going. Like, there's always more layers to something, right? That's really what you're discussing here. But the truth is, you didn't back any of it up with anything else other than just having another Hulk in you. Like, what is the Hulk supposed to represent in this? Hulk's more complicated than the Rage. We know this because we have a gray one. We have Joe Fit, or I think Professor Hulk. Like, we have different types of Hulk. So it's not all about Rage. So why is this, like, it didn't make much sense to me. But who was Hulk broing out with on this one? Bruce Banner. Him and Bruce Banner finally kind of came to a understanding of some sort, and where Hulk has to be locked away in this thing, and Bruce Banner's got to do his thing. Hulk even says sorry, which is another example that Hulk just isn't about the Rage. But I'm not writing the story, right? So they're bros now, and they get everything fixed up. Fix up Spaceship Hulk. I'm saying Hulk a lot in this, but you can't help it, right? And they blast into the cosmos, back into the stream, taking care of a gamma ray bomb on the way, because good guy stuff has to happen. And as they're flying through space, a broken Mjolnir comes rushing toward Spaceship Hulk, one that's been glued together. Very similar to what we just recently saw in a trailer. Like, almost exactly. Right? So is this going to be some form of yet another Hulk? If it is, I wouldn't even bother at this point. You might as well just do a Marvel zombie story where all the characters are zombies, just all the characters are Hulks. Like, it just, at that point, what's the point? So, not overly impressed with the entire story arc. Honestly, it's gonna have to be a slow week, nothing else to pick up for me to continue on with another week. But please don't listen to my suggestions, or not suggestions. Don't listen to my opinions. Go by what you want, because that's really what's key here. All right, so what's going on this week? Tomorrow morning, I'm waking up early, and I am going to Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm going to hit up PlanetCon. So I'm going to be bebopping around. If you're going to be at that, definitely keep your eyes up for me. Message me in the chat, whatever. Hit me up on a DM and Instagram. We can go grab beer. We can go listen to some of that jazz music. Oh, man, I love Kansas City jazz music. Yeah, we can do pretty much whatever we want. I'll be there until Sunday. So, yeah, and I plan on not sleeping a whole lot and taking in as much of that city as I can after the Comic-Con during the day. I'm going to be exclusively hunting. A couple of things for my wife, Scotty Young. Scotty Young's going to be there. I got to meet Adam Savage, right? If you've seen Evil Lair Projects and Builds, you know I got to go meet that guy, right? But most of this I'm going to be hunting down. I want to get 50 to 75% of my 80s collection, right, out of the way, and I'm exclusively hunting down 4 Ranger Comics comic books. Ranger comic, it's like DC Comics, you're just repeating yourself, right? I'm going to be hunting those down as well. The first appearance of Firehair, just my Golden Age stuff, right? So that's going to be the big one. So I'm bringing some ducats with me to take care of that. But yeah, definitely, if you're going to be there, let me know. Especially hit me up in DM, because I'm going to be rummaging through stuff. Maybe there's something you're looking for, and with all there's only so many hours in a day. Maybe if I see it, for somebody else picks it up. I don't know. We can work something out. That's easy enough. All right, guys. I got nothing else. I got to pack. and I gotta head out here. So happy Bro Week, bro.